Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Friday. Happy Friday morning to you. I hope that your morning is starting out well. If it's not, hopefully by the end of today's video, you will feel like, you know what? I can get up and do something today. Or maybe you can get out of the rut of making the same taco dinners, the same meatloaf each week, spaghetti, I don't know, whatever it is that's the same in your home. I know in my home, we do a lot of repetition. We go in spurts. Like my kids like certain things and we eat it and then we'll keep eating it and then they're like tired of it, we can move on to something else. So I've been trying to throw in a few different things lately just to kind of, spice things up around dinner because that's always important to do. So today is for like the real day is not actually Friday for me. I know this week I did all those grocery hauls. So that enabled me to be able to take a few days off of filming. So I've got to enjoy myself a little bit this week, which is enjoy, not that I don't enjoy when I film, but I mean more like take it easy this week a little bit. So I filmed the foods I made. I thought, I'll just do a compilation. It'll be gather your fragments, but I'm just making it that day. The week this week was a little bit different and I made meals a little bit differently. So this is what I made my first day. For breakfast this day, I'm going to be having some hash browns in the air fryer, sausage, and some scrambled eggs. Now, we did this meal yesterday and everybody liked it, but the only difference was I cooked my sausage on a pan and then it leaves a little bit of the black sausage, brownish black color in there, and I cooked the eggs in it, so the kids are like, ew, the eggs are discolored. So today, I'm just going to put the hash browns with a little bit of salt and put the sausage on a rack and then put it in the air fryer. It makes the cleanup easy, mess easy, just going to put it all in there. And then I'm gonna just mix up some eggs right here and we're gonna make some scrambled eggs for breakfast. And I am going to add some cheese to these. Now, the kids that don't do the dairy free, they're not gonna eat the eggs, so I'm okay to add cheese to this. So this is gonna be a good, easy breakfast. So this is good. It seems like breakfast is one of those things you eat. If we have it too much, they get tired of it, so it's good to mix it up a little bit. So this has been a good meal for the last couple days. So I'm like, okay, it's easy. I only had a little bit left over, but everybody ate it. The sausages were really good. Those were $1 a package. I wish I would have got more of those at the discount store, but it's one of those things you don't know they're good until you get home and find out, oh, that's how these actually taste. For lunch today, I've got a lot of this. I wrote down on my monthly menu to eat this chicken soup up because I have a lot of chicken and I have a lot of these tiny package of noodles, like really tiny pasta that I bought, I don't know, months ago at the discount store. So I'm gonna try to make a lot of soup with it and use it up. So today I'm gonna choose a star shape for this one. It's chicken noodle soup with stars or something in it from Campbell's when I was a kid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gathering it fragments. So I'm gonna put some chicken in here. This was the chicken I mixed from the drumsticks and the breast because nobody really likes the drumsticks and it works. I ground it up, nobody knew the difference. And then I'm gonna put in here some onions that we had yesterday from our pizza because they are smelly. And then I have some celery, so I'm chopping some of that up. I had like a little bit of carrots I'm chopping up. I'm gonna put some mixed vegetables in here as well. And then I decided to put a couple potatoes just to add it as a little filler in here. So chopping this all up, putting it in here. This is it's one of those rainy days today, so it's good to have this for lunch. Just something filling. We've got some, it's not everybody's favorite. So I would add goldfish to this to make it a little bit more exciting because, they're going to go, ew, it's chicken noodle soup and I don't really like it. But I'll be like, okay, have some soup and have some goldfish with it. And then it just stretches the yuckiness or the boringness of the chicken noodle soup. So I'm going to put chicken bouillon in here and then I'm going to add some water to it and then we're just going to let it simmer over here on the stove. When I put it on the stove here, I forgot I'm going to add some garlic to it. So I add some garlic and then I'm going to add some of my complete seasoning to it too as well, just a little bit more yummy flavor. So this is good. It's just I'm going to do half a pan because I don't want too much because not everybody's going to eat it. So it'll be a nice hearty soup. So I'm going to let it come to a boil and then I'm going to add my package of, I have like stars pasta to add to it and that'll be good. Easy, easy lunch. Dinner tonight, we are going to do Alfredo and kielbasa and roasted broccoli for dinner. So this is going to be really good. So I'm just going to take my broccoli here, put it on my cookie sheet, and then I'm going to put some olive oil on it and some complete seasoning. Okay, for dinner tonight, I'm gonna do some Alfredo. So I've got, remember I got these, the home-style fettuccine? So I'm gonna do these. I was like, how much do I make? So one box says it's for 4 servings, right? One box. So I'm gonna trust that. I'm gonna do like 1.5 of these. I feel like is gonna be enough for our family. Now I'm gonna do Alfredo sauce, but I'm also gonna do, this is dairy-free mac and cheese. Okay, when I made this for the first time, I was like, wow, the noodle seems really smushy. And I'm like, did I just make it wrong? And then I'm like, well, maybe they're expired. They're not expired. And so then I just looked today. It says gluten-free elbow pasta. When we make this, the pasta's kind of blah, and they didn't really like the pasta, but they like the sauce. And so I know why, it's because it's gluten-free pasta. So this cost me, I think, what was it, 50 cents? It wasn't even 50 cents a box. I'm not going to keep the gluten-free pasta. I'm going to pass that along to a friend and just use the packet. I already opened one up. So the packet I'm going to use for the dairy-free kids, and then save the gluten-free for somebody else, because I was like, oh, that would make sense why it tastes like that. So we just discovered something new. I was like, kind of thought, that's weird. Does it just taste gross? But no, it's just because it was gluten-free. So I'm going to grab my water boiling. I'm going to cook my meat over here. It's going to be yummy dinner. Okay, I didn't know how much to put in. I was just gonna put 6 pieces in here, but I'm like, there's only 2 more left. Do I just make 2 more? Because they might just end up loving it and want more of it. I'm just gonna put the other one in here. It's good. It's good. We'll have extra. So this is dinner. So we've got regular fettuccine here, Alfredo, and this is the dairy-free version, and I have some oat milk in it. We've got some broccoli and some sausage right here, and I even pulled out some, I forgot I had this pineapple and a little bit of applesauce left. So this is dinner for tonight, real simple and easy. So that was delicious. Everybody ate it. No leftovers of anything. Nothing left over, which was a good thing. The food is getting eaten up. I'm getting where I'm making just enough with maybe like a little bit left over, and that's it. So that, I'm like, yay, that's a win for me. And here's what I made the second day. Gather Your Fragments is happening this weekend. So I have got a few eggs here. I've got 10 eggs to use up. So I thought, what can I make for breakfast? Because we just had eggs yesterday with sausage. So I'm gonna make some French toast. That will be a good way to stretch the egg mixture that I have. So I'm gonna crack the eggs in here, put some milk in here and some cinnamon in here, and then I'm just gonna fry it over here on my stove with coconut oil on my little griddle thing. And this will be a delicious little breakfast. As I'm making the French toast for my kids here, I had a little bit of scrambled eggs from yesterday, sausage from last night's dinner, and some broccoli, so I just mixed that together. I'm gonna eat that for breakfast this morning. Delicious, easy, gathering fragments. I was able to use up all of the eggs and bread. It worked out to be perfectly on the French toast. So French toast is something we haven't had in a long time. So it's one of those things where we go through stages, like especially I noticed that with my kids, like we have a lot of it and then they're tired of it and then they just don't want to eat it anymore. So we haven't had French toast in a really long time. So I feel like it will be a good day to have this French toast. Now what I'm going to do is last night we had the kielbasa with our dinner. So I have one more ring, like 1 1/4 pieces here I see. I'm going to just chop this up and we're going to cook it on the same griddle. I think I'm going to do the same griddle. Yeah, I'll put some olive oil on it. But I've got like 4 sausage links, breakfast sausage links to go with this. I have a little container of pepperoni and bacon. I'm just going to mix these all together and make like a little meat mixture. I don't know, I feel like they'll eat it. It's just a bunch of the sausages together and then just saute them up here on the griddle. We'll have this with a side. Here is breakfast. We have some French toast and I have Mrs. Butterworth's original syrup. This and some meat. This will be easy breakfast for them. This will definitely last for a few days. So today is actually the day that I'm be heading out. Remember I was doing the one-on-one time out with my children? Well, today I'm going out with Brooklyn today. We are heading to an art museum today. So with that said, I have to hurry up and make dinner and get it done so that nobody has to worry about making dinner while I'm gone. So I'm making chili, good old standby chili. Now I had dreams to do chili and cornbread, and then as my morning kind of went along, I had a business phone call. I realized, you know what, there is no time for cornbread. I mean, there could be, but kids will be happy, just as happy with some tortilla chips and crackers. And I'm okay with that. So I'm just gonna make chili. It's a very plain chili because I realized all I have is chili beans. I don't have any kidney beans or pinto beans, and that's okay too. So I'm just gonna take my meat here and I'm gonna brown it. I put some onions because I have a lot of those potent onions, call them potent because they're pretty potent in the refrigerator. Cook this up, and then I'm gonna add to it the following. I'm going to be adding chili beans to it. I've got 3, I'm going to add 4 cans, just depends on how much is in here. Corn and petite diced tomatoes. I was going to add tomato sauce, but you know what I keep forgetting? Do you remember the one day I made the tomato, was it soup or something? No, with the rice. I went to make the rice and I added way too much of my bouillon, and but it was wet and I didn't want to put it back in the container. I put it in my refrigerator. I've since made rice numerous times and totally forgot to add it. So today I was reminded when I saw it. So I'm taking this and I'm going to add this more in some liquid, hoping it'll make enough, make so it's not super thick. And then I add a little bit of ranch powder and taco seasoning to this, and that's it. It's like a taco chili. They love it. It's delicious. It's easy. We've got cheese in there. We've got sour cream, and they can have with the tortilla chips, and that'll be easy dinner. Lunch was going to be, I have some soup left over from yesterday, which was really good, by the way. And then I have bread and cheese. So I thought they can make grilled cheese sandwiches. I was going to make that again. But again, the time frame to get out the door. So I'm like, they can make their own grilled cheese. So they're going to do grilled cheese, and then they're going to have the soup with that for lunch, and then there's plenty of snacks to eat up, and then they can have chili for dinner tonight. So this is easy. It's an easy food day because it's a day that we're going to be heading out, having a good time, and I don't have to worry about making anything. Otherwise, I'd be tempted to throw in chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese, which is quite all right to be able to use for your family if you need it. But I can make some chili today, so that's what we're going to have. So everything's going in the pressure cooker. I'm just going to have it on slow cook all day while I'm gone, and that's good enough. Now the second day worked out really good because had to get out the door that day. We actually went out, I'm taking my children on their individual times out with mom as a date with your mom. And so this week I took Brooklyn out. So Brooklyn and I ended up going to the art museum. We went to the art museum, and it was okay. It wasn't like I've been to art museums before and they were like, wow, that's amazing, that's beautiful. This one just was like, okay. I'm like, after we went, I was kind of like, okay, that was kind of neat. And I didn't know if like it really was kind of neat or if it was kind of like, maybe I just wasn't into it as great. So, and then we had talked, she's like, no, that wasn't very good. And so I was like, yes, we agree on that. So we ended up driving home and we went to the River Arts District up in Asheville. There's a whole area of artists and different art galleries, things like that. And it's free. You can just walk through and go see. We got to go through a lot of different buildings. It was pouring rain. We had the hurricane rain effects from Florida, so makes for rain days, but that's okay. It was pouring rain. We ended up just walking through these places, and they were just so much stuff, which was really great. We got to go through a bunch of artists, like little rooms where they rent out, and there were some people creating art. We got to sit and talk to a couple of them, and they explained a lot of things they were doing. So it was very much insightful. I was like, that was free. The other stuff we paid for, and we got more out of the free trip than we did out of the other one. But I know we would have never went to the free one if we had gone to the paid one. So that's okay. You live and you learn, you go, and you're like, okay, I don't need to do that anymore. So that was a really, really good weekend. And then we ended up, Evan had given us the name of a dumpling house that we went to, an Asian dumpling house, and it was really good. So it was a good day. It was a great day. And then came home, and Madeline and I watched Little Women. So we sat and watched that movie. The one with Winona Ryder, I just ordered the old one with, who is in it? I can't think of her name right now. I'll think of it as I'm editing the video. Maybe I'll put the name down here. And then I was looking up the movie Little Men. Does anybody else know that movie? Little Men, the old one. Like the one with, I think it's somebody Hemingway. I'm bad on who's in the actors in it. I don't know. Again, I have to look it up. I saw Amazon has it streaming for free, but I can't find the disc anywhere. So I don't know, maybe someone has a way to find it for me. Let me know. So So anyways, we watched Little Women last night, so that was good, and then went to bed. Went to bed and got up today, and I said, okay, today is a new day. So today I need to make some food because again, we have nothing left over. The only thing we have left over is French toast and a little bit of the meat mixture that we have. So just didn't get eaten up. There's French toast and there's a little bit of soup left, the chicken soup, and then is that it? Let me look. Yes, and then takeout because we had a little bit left over. So what I'm gonna do today, because we are actually gonna be heading out again today. I know it's a busy time, but it's okay. Good busy time, good family time. We're actually gonna go out roller skating today, rollerblading today, not roller skating. Hopefully rollerblading. They say it's like first comes, first serve on the rollerblades. So we're gonna get there early so we can get our rollerblades because we don't do very good roller skating. So the kids and I are gonna go do that this afternoon, which is fun. We went, I don't know, maybe a month ago. The older teens were at a retreat for church, and so the younger three and I went roller skating. So that was really, they had a good time, a really good time. We're like, we are gonna go back. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna actually go head out, all of us. It's sunny, it's gonna be warm, 65, almost 60, probably 70 where we're going. So I thought, let's have a good day out doing that. So I don't need to make breakfast because there is French toast. I actually pulled out my little loaf. Remember the pumpkin bread I made? Yes, I pulled some of that out because that's here, delicious. I had some of that today. I'm like, that's really good. And then I thought, let me get dinner ready so that all I have to do is kind of heat it up tonight. And so just to get done, because we are gonna be out, the time that we're out is 2 to like 6. So it's the dinner hour. Everybody's gonna be hungry. We're gonna be tempted to go out to eat, and I don't mind going out to eat, but if you don't have it in the budget, it's something you don't want to do. So, because it's very, very easy to overspend when you have a whole lot of kids and they get hungry. So let me slide you over here, sorry. So what I'm gonna do for tonight is dinner is something new and different, and they are called Super Burgers. Super Burgers, not Super S-U-P, it's like S-O-U-P. Super Burgers. We've made these, I haven't made them years. I think I have them on my blog because we made them a long time ago. But what I'm gonna do is I got all these nice Pepperidge Farm buns. These are the Hawaiian ones. So what you do basically is you cook hamburgers. So I feel like I need to bring you over here. I'm gonna set you in my sink and hopefully not drop that. Okay, so what I did is cooking a lot of ground beef lately. That's what we're eating, and that's okay. So I just already cooked this in here, the ground beef, and I had a little bit of the onion left over from dinner for the pizza. So that is in here and it's already cooked. Then we have the sauce. Hold on, is that good right there? Okay, so I have a little bit of sauce left. Remember these pizzas? It's spaghetti sauce basically. And I have that left over. So all you do is add cream of mushroom soup and a jar of pizza sauce or spaghetti sauce. That's it. Pour it in here and then heat this up, and you put this mixture on you open your buns up, you put on top of the buns, put a piece of cheese if you want, and put in your broiler. So simple. So I'm gonna add, I threw this in the microwave for a minute because I don't want to add all of this because I feel like that's gonna be too much. So this is my homemade cream of mushroom soup. The reason why I make it homemade because it's delicious and I made it dairy free. So I'm gonna try to do this. So I'm gonna turn this back on. And let me get you in here. So just stir this together. Okay, I decided to add all of that in there because I'm like, that's not too much. So let this heat up and this is gonna be an easy dinner. Okay, the Super Burgers are like a retro recipe. I was thinking about it and I looked it up. It's when the, whole cream of mushroom Campbell's soup phase came into play. So, hey, they're good. It's good. It's delicious. Try it once in a while. It's good to do those kind of things. Go back and go, okay, I can do this. But I made it with homemade, so I feel like it's not that bad. So what I'm gonna serve this with is oven fries. I'm gonna put them in my air fryer. So what I'm gonna do is rinse these off here. Those taste really good. So I'm just gonna leave them on a slow cook today. It's done. All I have to do is put it on top of buns, flip it upside down. I flip it upside down, put it in a bun, put a piece of cheese on it, put it in your broiler. It's yummy. Delicious. It's been a long time. So I'm gonna make fries with this. I'm gonna do air fryer fries. I'm gonna cut them really thin. Jensen always cut my fries really thin. Kids like them. They like the bigger ones too, but the thinner ones are delicious. So I'm going to I'll leave the skin on. Some of it I have to cut off because I see that it's bad, but for the most part, it'll just be sliced up thin, and I'll put it in a bowl of water and put it in my refrigerator so it doesn't turn brown because I'm not eating it now. But when we get home, we're gonna wanna put it in the air fryer so that we can eat. So real simple. So these are sliced up good enough. I'm gonna put them in cold water here. This is perfect. So I'm gonna put these in my refrigerator, and then when I get home tonight, we'll put them in the air fryer with some salt and pepper and olive oil, and that's done. So now I don't have to worry about dinner tonight. This is the part of where you save some money because you're not tempted to go out because you know that dinner is gonna be home and it has to get eaten. If something happened and we were gonna be gone for a long time, I would go, you know what, I can save this for the next day. We can eat it and we would just have to adapt and overcome. But this works good for now. So we're gonna go head out and we are gonna go skating. I'll bring along, show you some good family fun, and then we'll come back and prepare dinner for this evening. Hello, it's yet another day. So we had fun roller skating. That was a lot of fun. Kids all had a good time. I had a good time. I used to like to rollerblade. We used to, way back in the day, you know, in my younger years, and I had a pair of rollerblades and I rollerbladed outside when we lived like in the city or whatever. So good times, great time. Tired, sore, everybody. We were tired. We came home and Jaden stayed home, so she actually threw the food in the air fryer for me. I'm like, start cooking those French fries for us. And so she did. We ate it. Everybody ate it. We ended up eating ours. I'll show you a little clip here. This is dinner tonight. So we've got the bun with we made it like a sloppy Joe, and then we had the fries and Chick-fil-A sauce. Delicious. Steven's got a cheesy one. Ate it more like a sloppy Joe. Normally you're supposed to open it and broil it, but they ate it that way, and most ate it. I don't think there was a few that threw part of it away, but for the most part it got eaten up. So that was yesterday. Today's another day. You guys get like a bunch of real-time days. Our last few days have been busy, where I'm in and out, and we're out on the road. We're doing things now. I'm very much tempted to just want to eat out because, hey, that's the normal thing that people do. But we're doing good, having meals, and being here, taking them with us if we're going to go somewhere. So today is another day, and we're going to be out again, I know, during the mealtime hour. So we're going to be in the car for a little bit. We've got to take the teens and drop them off with some friends. So it's a little bit of a drive today. So I thought, you know what? It's tempting to want to go through drive-through. It is, and I'm trying to stay within budget, set myself up a budget, and which I do, but like really pay attention. Because you can easily just like, whatever, and just live life with whatevers and then overspend a whole lot. And since I've already started to prep for Christmas, you know, that extra money has gone to those kind of things. So that's okay. That's quite all right. So I'm going to make some food. We're going to go for an old standby mac and cheese and chicken because why not? So basically I have to feed three kids, just 3 kids. 3 kids, so simple. So I'm like, mac and cheese it is. So I've got my water boiling over here. I'm gonna make my shells. I've got some Velveeta here, and I've got some cheese here. So I've got that, and I pulled out my dairy-free cheese for my dairy-free child. It's not dairy-free child because it's more probably just the lactose. They can do butter, they can do other things with dairy in it. It's just the milk and the cheese bother them. So that's all. So we just do, I could do a lactose free, but I got this cheese and it works and they like it. So I'm gonna use that. And then this chicken, this is fully cooked chicken white meat. It's already cooked. Like I said, I didn't even know that when I bought it. So I'm just gonna take this, put it in a bowl with a little bit of flour and some spices to kind of coat it and stick it in the air fryer. That's it. And then it's gonna be yummy. I'll put it in those little glass dishes, keep it warm because we're gonna go out and eat it in a little bit. Not right now, but in a little bit. And then this is our food for today, and that's it. that is it. Breakfast is French toast. I have a few pieces of French toast left. And they like, I pulled out that bread, the Pepperidge Farm bread, and it's the brioche one. They like that, so I'm gonna have that this morning. Some can do it with peanut butter, some can do it with butter, or the French toast. That's our weekend here of food. That's how we ate. Everybody ate. I'll grab some apples. I'll probably take some apples today because I have a lot of apples and any snacks in the car, but for the most part, that's it for food. So it's some weekends, it's like, oh, everybody's home, we're eating all these wonderful big giant meals together, but we're still eating together. It's just a little bit different, and that's okay. Yeah, you know what? Week to week, it's different. You take your life a day at a time. It's not always everybody sit down and have a festive feast. Sometimes it's, all right, let's grab this in the car and eat, or hurry up and throw this in the air fryer so we can eat it. You do what you can do. So this is truly a gather your fragments. Even though I have food, I'm still gathering and picking things here and there. I have to go to our regular store and pick up, like during this week, probably next week, I'll go and it's like Aldi or Walmart and pick up the fruit and veggies that I'm missing from our diets, you know, that kind of stuff, the fresh stuff. But we're gathering it and we're still eating, so it's a good thing. So let me get my bowl out. I'm gonna add some spices to a bowl with some flour, and we'll coat our chicken and put it in the air fryer because that's easy. Okay, then I'm looking at my thing and I'm like, I don't really want mac and cheese because it's not my favorite. I'll eat it. I just don't want to. But I was like, I have these gigantic sweet potatoes. So I think I'm going to cook this in my microwave. And then I've got, one of my friends gave me this, grains, vegetables, and legumes. So I'm thinking to, do you just put it in the microwave? Stovetop. Oh, you can just heat it in the stovetop. So I'm thinking to just cook some of this with the sweet potato. And that sounds really good. And you never know, somebody else might want some too. So I'm gonna put this in the microwave. It's gigantic. Here's my flour added rotisserie chicken spice, the Saison Complete, and I think that's it in here with some flour. I'm just gonna basically coat the chicken. It's already cooked and just put it in the air fryer. I'm gonna put this in the microwave. Right, as I was covering it, I was like, wait a minute, this was not how I made it last time. Last time I cooked it on the stove, fried it in butter, because I remember butter chicken. So, and that made it a little bit crispier, because I'm thinking this is not gonna make it crispy because it's already cooked. So I'm gonna put some butter in here, and let me get my tongs. Maybe tongs, and put this in here. I'm gonna melt the butter, and then we'll put it in here. That's what it was. I was like, wait a minute, it doesn't go in the air fryer. It's done. It's almost boiling. This will be easy. This is getting done, so we have food for the day. So that's your key. There's nothing wrong with going to eat out. There's nothing wrong with planning that into your budget and doing that. And we do that. We're actually going to go out this week. So that's why I don't want to eat out today because it's very tempting to go. And by the time you're done, it's like, what, almost $10 a meal. So even if I just took the 3 younger ones, you know, and myself, that's $40 right there worth of dinner. So it can get costly and you don't want to save. So for $40 versus something I had at home is much, much cheaper. So it's good, but then make sure you treat yourself and do go out once in a while. So this is just what we're gonna do today. Okay, let me get this on here. That's a massive sweet potato. I had to put it back in the thing. This tastes really good. Like really good chicken. It's like fried chicken. You know, if you could have fried chicken that's already cooked. But how great. So I'm going to put these in these little glass containers. These work really good. Yesterday we broke down and made ramen. Remember the ikiban or ichiban, whatever it's called, ramen? I had it hidden up here. My kids were like, we have ramen, Mom? I said, yeah, and they're like, where'd you put it? It was in my can cupboard over here. Nobody saw it, so they didn't even know I had it. So we pulled that out yesterday. I didn't film any of that. They made that on the way to skating, and they ate that, which was really good. So I thought more they would eat breakfast, but they didn't eat a whole lot because it was kind of later they got up. So we had that, and we took it in little I think we had leftover Asian containers. Well, we had the Asian containers, the takeout containers, and then I had some from when we went to Michigan, just the plastic ones. So they just put the ramen in there and took that yesterday, and that was good for on the road for lunch because it was like we were in the car for like an hour and a half. So it worked out to take that. So I'm gonna put these in here, the glass ones. I have a couple extra pieces. Maybe I'll just put it all in one. I'll actually just put it in one of these. That's what we'll do. Okay, I wasn't sure how much chicken would be there. In the same pot, I'm gonna get my rice. So you can just pop it open. It says to put oil in there, which there's already some oil in here. So I'm just gonna put some of this in. I think this is gonna be really good. Do I do all of it? I feel like this. I'll make a couple bowls for myself. But that's a lot. Hold on. Make sure there's enough oil. I'm going to put it around the outside, you know, because add it after. And then I'm going to add salt and pepper. I'm going to put my salt here. I'm going to fill this up. And this is just to cook it for about 10 to 13 minutes, so this will be good. Because I like putting sweet potato in one of these bowls and topping it with black beans and corn and salsa. So having the peppers in there and the rice will be good. Let's see if our sweet potato is done. A little smushy. I think so. Look at that. Oh yeah. Alright, let me take this out, let this cool. Okay, that's gonna cook my, let me just wipe this off. And then the noodles are still cooking. We're getting there. This is gonna be a great thing to take. This is a great way to be able to do meals for yourself that are separate from if you're eating a little bit different. Not that my kids, they would eat a sweet potato. Their main dish is not gonna be sweet potatoes and this rice. They just wouldn't like that, but I will eat that. So I'm gonna do, I think I've got enough here for 3 containers. So let me see if I can slice the sweet potato wet super hot, because that's always the smart choice, and kind of put it in. I'm going to kind of peel this. I'm going to do this when it's really hot, you know. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't burn yourself, because you will. I'm going to just peel this. Hush, I'm just thinking how I should do it. Should I do like chunks or smashed? I don't really think it matters how. I'll probably do more like a mixture. So let me just kind of peel this the best I can. I'll divide it up among these 3 containers. Okay, my noodles are done. This is almost done, so I'm going to dump this in the water. Love my purple hot pads, they work amazing. I said dump this in the water. Dump this in the bowl. Let me put this over here. So it's going to be a little bit different because normally I would bake this. I'm not going to bake this. So for mine, I'm going to use this Videa cheese sauce. I feel like we're using a lot of this lately. But it's either this or go out to dinner, right? So at least we're doing semi-homemade. It's homemade, it's just the cheese sauce is not. It'd probably be really good to purchase like nutritional yeast and make your own cheese sauce with that. Here's my little spurtle. I still love my spurtle. So I'm going to stir this and see how many more noodles I can make. I still haven't figured out what the ratio is of how much for just this cheese packet. Dairy-free one is good. Thank goodness, these little glass containers are amazing. I purchased these last year. We've been using them forever. So I think Lauren had a set, and then I was like, oh, are they good to have? And I'm like, they are really good to have because the glass doesn't go bad. Sometimes the the little white, it's like a little rubber seal. Sometimes on the top, mold will get in there if you don't dry it, but you can take it out and wash it, bleach it, dry it, whatever you do, and then put it back in. So, great investment. It's an investment because it is a little bit more costly than plastic, but we use these all the time. You guys watch my videos, I use them all the time. So I've got a little bit of dairy-free leftover, so I just made sure to mark it. And then I've got Jensen's label. I'm gonna get my rice stuff. Let me show you guys the rice. My milk, I don't have any milk left, so I use the oat milk for the macaroni and cheese, that's fine. This rice is really good. Like sometimes rice in a bag, you're like, ew. This was like fried rice. Now in Brooklyn, I went to the dumpling house and had the, we had fried rice actually with noodles and stuff. The rice, can you guys see it? It's really tiny. Let me zoom in on there, let's get that focused. Is that working for it? There it is, like there. What is that rice called? One of my viewers who is Asian, or her husband, they said their families are rice snobs. She gave me the name of some rice and said it was really good. This reminds me of, like it's Asian, it's just tinier rice. So I could look it up, tell me, because I'll totally forget. What is that rice called? That's really good rice. This is delicious. Like I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it. Fry it up with some oil and salt and pepper, and it's good. So I'm gonna put this for me in these 3 glass dishes, and I'll have lunch or dinner, whatever I choose to eat, already done. That's a huge thing, because sometimes when you're tempted, if you're trying to watch what you eat, you're getting older, you know, food just doesn't settle in the same place as it used to when you're younger. Even after roller skating for 3 hours, it's okay. Having something prepared helps you hugely. So I'm gonna put these in here. This will be some meals for me. All right, so I have got all my food for today right here. I just have to take 4, and we'll package this up, put it in a cooler. We'll take some waters, and then we'll probably take a couple snacks. If you're gonna go, and it's a little bit more in the bowls, it's not like smaller portions, because we are gonna be in the car for a while. It might be like a meal and a half, depending on how hungry the children are. So this is great. Take it with you, save yourself some money, because we're gonna be going and heading out, and they're gonna wanna be tempted to eat other food, and that is quite all right. There's nothing wrong with that, but we don't have it in the budget, then we're gonna try to avoid it as much as possible. So I feel like I've come to the end of Gather Your Fragments. Do you feel like you got enough food today? It's different. It was a different kind of Friday, but it's not really Friday. It's like the whole weekend and then a day for me. So, but that's the way it went, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Maybe you got some ideas, maybe you got some inspiration for the rest of your day, or for the week, or weekend, or whatever it is in your home. So, all right, have a fantastic, I'm talking a fantastic rest of your day. You know why? Because you are designed. You are intricately designed and created, and also selected by God to do great, wonderful things. And once you find that path that He has you on, it's an amazing adventure. It's an adventure. It's got its ups and downs. It's got its sideways twist this way and that way. Maybe not this way and that way, because that's staying on the path, but it does have its ups and downs. You're on the path, but it could like go, okay, what is going on here? But if you stay on that path and stay focused on the one who created you and what He has for your life, He will get you through. The Bible says that God works all things together for good, but there's more. To those who are called according to His purpose, and to those who walk in His ways. So walk in His ways, stand firm, stay confident, have faith that He's going to get you through whatever you're going through in your life. So have a beautiful, I'm talking beautiful rest of your day. I will see you guys again tomorrow with another video. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.